Hey everybody, Mr. Cleland here. And now for part... I don't know, I kind of lost track. Part editing, part where we talk about putting the pieces together. Now, some people will just take a video and that's it. And they just show the whole thing, and there's, you know, all the flubs and the ers and the uhs and the part where you're just sitting there going, okay, what am I gonna say? Oh, it's still on. Yeah, you can trim that out using a video editor. The other thing is you can layer in sound effects. You can layer in different shots, different pictures. You can do a side-by-side, which in my programs I believe is called a DVE, which is digital video editing, I'm assuming. I'm not an expert. You can do the overlay, different layers of tracks. So we're gonna go into a few of these things, but really just keep it simple. That's the end message, is you gotta keep it simple. Start with what you can do, and then every time you do it, you'll get a little bit better, and it'll get a little bit easier. If you are banging your head against that editing wall and you're just trying to fix that tiny little 2-second, don't worry about it. Just let it go, all right? Cue the copywritten song. My point is, do the best you can with what you've got. So if that's a cell phone and that's it, go for it. You can actually shoot some really cool stuff on a cell phone. These are 1080p cameras or better, right? So if you've got access to that, if you've got a webcam and that's all you've got, or a laptop with a built-in webcam and that's all you've got, then use that. That's fine. But if you do these simple tricks about your framing, about the little bit of extra light, generally more light is better, unless it's that whole like, just put a couple of seconds of thought into how you're gonna shoot, and that'll make your project much, much better, no matter what the quality of your equipment. Now, putting those pieces together is what I want to talk about next. I'm editing. I've been here for hours. There's no end. It just keeps going. There is no edge. Anyway, so video editing. Let's talk about what software to use. You can spend thousands of dollars on editing software, or you can get it for free. And I don't mean copyright infringement. No copyright infringement. What I'm talking about is there are better programs and there are worse programs, but you can do a surprising amount with a simple free video editor. So let's take a look. And as I mentioned before, I can't support all devices across all time. This is made in this time and place, and you can do a quick Google search if you want and see what you can find about best free editing software, and be aware, they're gonna try to sell you something. So you gotta think critically. Don't just click on the first one. You gotta think, okay, what do I need it for? How hard is it to learn? There is definitely a trade-off between, hey, it's super easy, oh, it costs more, or super amazing features with lots of special effects and abilities. You wanna match what your software can do based on what you need it to do and what you're capable of at this point, both financially and also time and learning curve, because that's usually the trade-off. First one I want to talk about. Let's go into my little screeny capture. Oh, it's closed. Oh, it's open. Hey, by the way, if you ever get the chance, this is one of my favorite websites. It's a great homepage because they've got different pictures every day and you can just check them out. Check that out if you get some spare time. Great desktop backgrounds for your phone and so on. Let's dive into some of my favorite software. As I mentioned, there are websites, things like this, and again, they're gonna try to sell you stuff or take it with a grain of salt. This one has ads and stuff. That's always, take it with a grain of salt. There are lots out there. Just be aware of the pros and cons of all of them. Basically, I'm gonna boil it down to a couple of ones I have used before, and there is a price point for some of these, but you don't need that. There are free versions that you can use, at least for short projects. This one is called Movavi. Movavi, am I saying that right? Movavi. It's okay. It's not bad. It's got a lot of features. It is very limited. You get a certain amount of time. There's usually a watermark. WeVideo is another one that does that. Those are totally fine. You can use those. I've been playing around with it, and it's not bad. It's not bad. Another one I tend to use, this next one is one that I use a lot, but I want you to be aware that most editing software, the learning curve is like, okay, I'm getting this. Lightworks is great. It also has a learning curve like a brick wall. You're like, okay, climb. It's tough, but once you get it, you get a lot of features for free. There are lots of YouTube tutorials for all of these. Just put in tutorial, name of the software, and away you go. Okay, so let's take a look at Lightworks. So this is Lightworks. When I tried to find this, they had a bunch of like, if you like Lightworks, you'll like this website sponsored at the top of the link. So you gotta scroll down till you actually find this website, lwks.com. I'm not promoting them per se, but I do use it myself, and I've had the question, hey, Mr. Cleveland, what do you use and how should I edit this together? So this is Lightworks. It does a lot of the stuff that the other ones do require a fee for, but it does have its problems, so you want to be aware of that. Another one I'm just going to find on here in just a sec. There's a bunch of them here. I've only tried a few of these, so I can't speak for all of them. Imovie comes on a lot of Mac stuff, so that's usually included. So by all means, I don't want to be a Mac hater. I like PCs myself. I'm familiar with them. But if you're using a Mac, in fact, to be honest, most video stuff is done on Macs. Movie Maker. Oh, that's the old school one. But hey, if it's still around, do it. There are some online ones as well, which... Let's check this out. Movie Maker Online, I haven't tried. The one I have tried is WeVideo. It's okay. It's not bad. It does a pretty good job of basic editing with some basic effects, and you'll have a little watermark in the corner or across your face or wherever you position the framing. So you want to do a couple of test runs, see if it's what you want, but hey, it's there. The other benefit is sometimes these web-based ones will work fine for Chrome, for Chromebooks, other times not so much. So you want to try your best to find one that'll work for your device. And again, unfortunately, I can't support all devices across all times, but hopefully this narrows it down. So I have used WeVideo before. It's not bad. All right, thanks very much. This has been a Media Minute, and it actually, after editing, might not be that long. That's all. All right, thanks, and we'll see you next time.